Hi class, this is homework help with page 97 and 98. So we're going to start today by go ahead and start with reading the example with Paolo. He's going to take part in a 20 kilometer walk. He makes this graph to show the relationship between the time and the remaining distance if he maintains his planned speed. So you have your equation here, you have your graph, and you have your table. Start with your initial value of 20, and you see that on the graph here is the table, and right there on your equation. So what do the y-intercept and the slope mean in the context of the problem? So your y-intercept would be 0, 20, or in the context of the problem, you would explain that it's 20 kilometers would be the remaining distance when he's starting out this 20 kilometer walk. And then the slope of -4 would mean that for every hour, Paolo is taking 4 kilometers off of his remaining distance. So 4 kilometers off the remaining distance, and I'll abbreviate here. Next, talking about Paolo's planned speed. So since it's a -4 per hour, per 1 hour, that means that he's going 4 miles per hour. He's taking off 4 kilometers per hour. He's taking off 4 kilometers for every hour that he's walking. And then explain why it's negative. We kind of already stated that because the remaining distance is going down by 4 kilometers for every hour. Okay? So you would explain that this is a negative slope because you're taking off 4 kilometers from the distance per hour. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and scroll up so you can see the remaining part of that problem. And then in this next part, it's asking you what would you have to do in order to turn this into a positive slope. So looking back at your graph, right now you see a negative slope, and it's because it's talking about remaining kilometers. If we were to rename this with, let's say, distance traveled, then it would go like this. But since we're taking off 4 kilometers each time, that's why the slope goes down or is negative. Let's go to your last page here on your homework. So let's go to number 5. And Sasha is driving her car at an average rate of 60 miles per hour. There's your slope. She is driving directly to Atlanta and is 400 miles away. So the initial value right there is 400. And for every hour, she's taking off 60 of those miles. So picture that she's driving to Atlanta. So here's Atlanta. And it's a total of 400 miles. And every hour she goes, she's going to take 60 miles off of that trip. And then another 60 would be at 120, and she's going to keep going. Okay? So identify the slope and y-intercept and explain what they represent. So your y-intercept is her starting distance. You're going to explain that, the starting distance. And -60 is your slope because she's taking off 60 miles for every hour that she travels because she's getting closer and closer to Atlanta. Okay, last problem. A restaurant has a container that holds 25 gallons of lemonade. They sell lemonade at a rate of 2.5 gallons per hour. Suppose the container was full. Write an equation that shows how much lemonade, Y, in gallons is in the container after X hours. Identify the slope and y-intercept. Okay? So I want you to picture a big container of lemonade that's 25 gallons, okay? Giant container. And every hour we're going to remove 2.5 gallons. Okay? So we started out with our initial value of 25 gallons, and then we're taking out 2.5 gallons per hour. So your y-intercept is right there. That's your initial value, or 25 gallons. And then your slope would be -2.5 gallons. Okay? Hope this helps, guys. Thanks.